Hi everyone. Well, today I'm going to teach you how to calculate the time value of money. I think it's really important for everyone to know these steps that I'm going to show you today because it's going to help you to make the right decisions whenever you buy a car, whenever you have to sell something, or stuff like that. First, I'm going to show you how to calculate the present value of the money, which is going to be really important because some businesses they take the payments later, but you have to know how much money it's worth now. The future value it's really important to know. For example, for your retirement account, if you put money now, how much money are you gonna have in 50 years? And the third thing I'm gonna teach you how to do is to calculate the price of a stock to see if the price is the right price, or if it's lower or higher what it's supposed to be. To be able to do this, you should know three different equations. The first one I'm going to show you is the present value of the money, and also I'm just going to give you an example so you're going to calculate and see how it works. Okay, first I'm going to show you how to calculate the present value. The formula of the present value, it's going to be the present value equals to the future value divided by 1 plus the interest rate, and then you have to raise it to power n. What n means, it's the number of years. Okay, I'm just going to give you an example now that you can see the difference. Let's say that you won a tournament of any kind, and they tell you, okay, we're going to give you either $5 million today, or I'm gonna give you $5.5 million in 5 years. So which option should you take? Okay, first of all, they have to tell you the interest rate that they're gonna use for those 5 years, which I'm gonna assume that it's gonna be around 4%. 4%. Okay, the thing that you have to do is to plug these numbers into the equation. So to see the present value of this $5.5 million, what you have to do is this. You have to present value, it's going to be equal to the $5.5 million divided by 1 plus the interest rate that it's going to be 0.4, which is 4%, and you have to raise it to 5, and it's going to equal to 5. You have to raise it to 5, which is the number of years, and then you have to do that calculation. After you do that calculation, the number that you should get, it's for 4.701423. That's the number you're gonna get, which means that if they give you $5.5 million in 5 years, that money it's worth $4.7 million today. So you should pick the first option and get the $5 million now, because it's gonna be better. Okay, I hope you understood the present value of money, because now I'm gonna show you the future value of money, which is it's really important for a savings account, for a retirement plan, or something like that. Okay, first of all, I'm just gonna show you the formula of the future value. Okay, future value is equal to the present value multiply 1 plus the interest rate, raise it to n, which is the number. That's the formula. Okay, I'm just gonna say that you wanna, how much money are you gonna have in 35 years if you have $50,000 in your bank account now? Some banks are gonna offer you interest rate of 5%. So you're gonna have $50,000 in your bank account. The money is gonna grow at 4% every year by 35 years. So you wanna know how much money are you gonna have in 35 years if you have $50,000 in your account now. So what you have to do is to plug these numbers into that equation. So what we're gonna do, it's gonna be future value, it's gonna equal to $50,000 times 1 plus 0.4, and you have to raise it to, let's say you want to know how much money you're going to have in 35 years. Again, and then you have to calculate that with a calculator, which is not really that complicated. and the number you're gonna get, it's 197,304. That's the amount of money you're gonna have in 35 years if you have $50,000 now in your account today, and if you earn at 4% every year. Okay, hopefully you understood that, because that's really important to create a retirement account, which is really, really important for the future. But now I'm going to show you something that it's really important too, which is the price of a stock. And also you need to know a formula to calculate this. So I'm just going to show it to you now. The formula that you have to use, it's going to be price equals to the next dividend divided by the interest rate minus the growth. To be able to calculate the next dividend, I'm going to say dividend 1, you have to know the dividend for the last year, and you have to add that to the growth for the next year, which is easy because usually the growth for the dividends, it's constant, so they're going to give it to you. So let's say that the dividend for last year was $2, and then the growth was 4%. So what we're gonna do is to plug these numbers into the equation. Since last year's dividend was $2, you have to see how much it increased. So it increased for 4%. So you have to do 2 times 4%. So you're gonna get 0.08. So now you got what's gonna be the next dividend, $2 plus the 0.08 cents you're gonna have. So do you plug that into the equation? To the price, it's gonna be equal to 2.08. You have to divide by the interest rate, which in this case we're gonna assume that it's 6%. You're gonna say 6%, and you have to deduce that and put the growth, which is 0.4. So if you calculate that, it should give you the price of that stock, of that particular stock, which in this case it's $34.63. Okay, I think it's really important to know these steps so you can calculate how money works, or if you want to buy stocks, you know what's the right price, or if it's a good price or not. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you can apply this to your life, and